there, it's Julie Broad with Revenue.com, and I'm coming at you from the future space of our legal suite. And I just wanted to share with you one of the snags that we ran into, and it's our own fault because we should have known the rules of the BC Building Code a little bit better. But when we were looking at this property, which, by the way, I didn't tell you how we got this property. We put out 7,000 yellow letters about 2.5 years ago, 3 years ago. And the yellow letter campaign, if you're not familiar with it, I'll make sure to include a link on our blog to it, or you can Google on Revenue.com yellow letter campaign, and we chronicle quite a bit of the adventure, and that was an adventure of when we sent out letters to all these houses. Anyway, this particular house had received a letter and saved it. And they reached out to us about 3 or 4 months ago and said, hey, are you still buying houses? And lo and behold, it is our ideal area, our target area, and it's a great house for what we do. It's also very large. It's a 3,000 square foot house. And when we looked at it, it had all of the things we look for in a property to add a legal suite to, which I already chronicled in video number 1 of this series. And we were really excited because when we calculated what we thought was our restriction on the suite size, which was that the suite had to be 40% or less than the house. So if the total square footage of the house was 3,000 square feet, we thought as long as our suite size was 40% of 3,000 square feet or less, we were good to go. So we were really excited. This space that I'm standing in right now, well, let me just give you a quick, it's a little messy, but a little show and tell here. So the kitchen is what you're looking at. And then as I turn this handy dandy tripod, you can see there's a fireplace there, which is wood burning now. We're gonna have to switch it over to be electrical soon, just for insurance reasons. But you can see, beautiful feature. There is a nice big window here. So lots of natural light. And there's a doorway here that is the entrance into the entranceway, but we're actually gonna be blocking that off. That'll be a wall. But you can see this was gonna be a beautiful living space. However, because of the rules, there's a second rule that we weren't paying attention to, because we were really focused on the 40% of the house size, and because we've never bought a house this large, we've never encountered rule number 2, which is that your suite cannot exceed, I think it was 964 or 968 square feet. So we encountered a challenge and ended up having to chop off this entire space and giving it to the upstairs, and chopping off a little bit extra on the main entry point to give it to the upstairs to keep our square footage under not only the 40% rule, but more importantly, the 968 square feet rule. So we had to rework things. So now that wall back there where the fridge and the stove are is going away. The bedroom behind it, we're ditching that wall and we're opening all of this up because you probably can see a little bit of light coming from right there. So that's a doorway. We're gonna open all of that up so that this is the wall will be right here, and that'll be your kitchen, and then your living space will be behind it. So we're gonna miss out on the fireplace and the window here. There is a window back there, and we'll put a door in that brings in light. So not at all what we were expecting and hoping for when we bought the property, but we should have been paying closer attention to the BC Building Code rules, and we would have realized that there's 2 rules we had to be watching for size of suite, not just the one that we were focused on. But it's gonna work out great. Maybe not what we had in mind, but it will be a great solution and still a great suite. And I can't wait to show you as we go through.